Welcome to the Carlie Town Gullah Geechee Show. I'm Elder Carlie Town. And today I have Mrs. Peggy Hartwell. She's a quilter, a teacher, a lecturer, and she has some wonderful art. And she has these quilts, and it's called Quilt Expression. Miss Peggy, how are you today?
I'm doing excellent. And yourself, Elder Carlie?
Excellent. It's always wonderful when you come.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes. Miss Peggy, I want to ask you a question. Who is Miss Peggy Hartwell?
Miss Peggy Hartwell is a quilt maker who uses her voice on cloth to express herself.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And I see that you brought today some wonderful quilts. Miss Peggy, tell me a little bit about the history of quilting. Now, I understand that this is really an African thing that happened. What time period are we talking about when we talk about quilting in America?
When the Africans came as slaves, they came with many trades. They did not come empty-handed, and they came with the ability to sew. The Republic of Benin, Dahomey, the men quilted banners in the courts, and those are those wonderful banners that we see now. So we have always been able to sew. We did not come without our skills. So it goes way, way back. We have our ancestral grandmother, the quilters called her, Harriet Powers, who made 2 Bible quilts. One is now in the Smithsonian, and the other one is in the Museum of Fine Arts, collector's items. You cannot buy them, you cannot even touch them. So she came and did all of these wonderful things, much like the men from Dahomey. She used applique, and she just took it to another form, another level. She did folk art, but still it is so beautiful that even today people cannot understand how she was able to do this. Just a wonderful, wonderful quilt maker, and so we are all her children.
I understand that, and that is so wonderful. You said that you and me and all of us are her children.
Yes.
And that's really great.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your childhood and how you started doing the quilting.
I grew up on the quilts. My mother, my family, the women in my family, we all made utilitarian quilts. We all went to bed with a part of grandmother's shirt, Uncle Bubba's shirt, grandmama's apron, all those things a child went to bed with, so they never felt alone. We did not have heat or hot water, so it was very cold, and we slept beneath these quilts. But it was a wonderful experience because you could see generations upon generations on the bed to keep you warm mentally, physically, and spiritually.
That is really excellent because that is exactly what quilting has done. It has kept us warm and connected, and I see that you have some wonderful, warm, connected pieces here. And I want you to talk about these pieces because they are absolutely a wonderful collection.
I want to start with my grandfather, African Skies and Southern Soil in the back. He was the backbone of the family. He was the handle to that huge umbrella under which all of us received protection from no matter what. This man could not count. He didn't have math skills, but you could not cheat him out of a penny. And he had something like 150 acres. And he had his children in Betty's Academy during the 20s and the 30s. You know, that was very difficult
I bet,
for someone to have, especially a black man who could not read. But he had all of these stories from his past, from his grandfather's past, and he passed that on to whoever would listen. He would say, I have a story. And then he would tell us these stories. And so I think that what he gave me was that, the legacy to tell stories. The only difference is that he told his stories orally, and I tell them on cloth.
That is absolutely wonderful. You tell your stories on cloth.
Now,
I know that you have this wonderful big heart here. And tell me a little bit about this one because I'm so drawn to that.
That's a memorial quilt. Quilts are also used to memorialize someone. But when my mother died, it was so difficult. I could not imagine that I would never say mama again. It was such a painful experience, and I felt like the world had just cracked open and all the insides went out. And because she loved to cook and she loved everyone, I made her whole body out of hearts.
Oh, wonderful.
One of the hearts is made out of fabric made from butterflies, with butterflies images.
Okay.
Because she went through a metamorphosis, and she got rid of that sick body of hers.
Okay.
She went on to have a body without pain, without
Okay.
suffering.
And I see that she has no shoes on.
Her feet are unattached because she's no longer of this world. She's a part of the world. She's a part of
Okay.
us. She lives within our heart. And so that was my way of moralizing my mother.
And I really appreciate that, because the Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father.
That's right.
And you have done that. And this is exactly what we're doing. We're honoring our ancestors by doing this quilting. But Miss Peggy, I just could not, I know you do a lot in the community. Tell us a little bit about what you do with children.
What I do with children are so new to this earth. They are still connected to God. They are still connected to everything that is pure. So they come with a sense of wonder. They come with an openness
Yes.
to learn. They come with so much love that's what you feel when you go to work
Yes,
with them.
yes.
You feel like this, and that's that love that's just bursting forward. I just finished a program called Dreams and Memories, or Memories and Dreams, with the Sudanese girls, the refugee girls in Nebraska. These are part of the Lost Boys of Sudan community. And I learned so much from them. I learned about patience, endurance, and strength. Because these young ladies, I went there to teach, but they taught me those things: how to forgive, how to have strength, and
Yes.
how to hold on to your dreams and hold on and nurture your memories, because they will sustain you.
Yes, definitely. And with that in mind, and talking about those attributes that you learn from the children, tell me a little bit about those children that cannot, maybe like me, are not very good at their hands and, sewing. What do you do? And tell me a little bit about this quilt.
This quilt is for that exactly. It is for a child or children who cannot use the needle. And in this quilt, I did this with, I think they were third grade.
Okay.
We used glue. We just used the images, and I used felt, because felt is so forgiving. And it will allow you to pull it like a child. But the main thing is that there are two handicapped children in this. There's a child over with a polka dot dress, standing next to a boy who is visually impaired, and this boy is in a wheelchair.
Okay.
But all children are creative, and I think that they can teach us a lot about how to let go and use colors.
Yes.
Because they, since they haven't been told you cannot put two colors together, they put those colors together.
Yes.
And then we see that how beautiful it is, and why didn't I think about that?
Right.
Well, you must be like a child again.
Right.
To do those things. And so I work with them, and what happens is that they teach me.
Again, right.
They
Yes.
teach me again how to let go of preconceived ideas.
Wonderful.
And just be one with the spirit and one with the world and one with the color. I tell them, and then I found out they were telling me that color has a language.
Yes.
Like, have you heard, I was so mad, I saw red,
Uh-huh,
or I was so cool, like a cucumber, which is
yeah.
green. Color has many languages. And I think children pick up on that, and they use color according to how they feel.
That is wonderful. These are for the children and people like me.
We all are creative.
Yes, because we all are children at heart.
We
all have a child within us.
Yes.
But I did want to, I'm looking at this, I could talk all day about these quilts because they're so wonderful. And you're such a wonderful teacher. And I know you teach also adults. Is that correct?
I do teach adults.
Yes.
And I'm developing a program for seniors.
Okay.
Especially seniors who are having problems with dementia.
Okay.
I do believe that they are in there. They are in there. And if you give them something to do, you'll be amazed at what they put together. It is the other part of the child that's here.
Yes.
That's young. This is an older child.
Yes.
But not in a negative sense. This is a child who's pure at mind, who's peace at mind. And so that's a program I would like to develop too. I have so many programs to develop.
Right? Well, what I want you to do right now, take this time to give the audience your phone number that they can reach you and your webpage, because I'm quite sure everybody's going to be interested in doing some of this quilting you're doing.
Okay. My webpage is www.Peggy, Peggie, Hartwell, Hartwell, WELL.com.
And you have a phone number?
My phone number 843-83